You check your phone 150 times a day, but how many of those moments do you actually remember? This constant micro-distraction is eroding your ability to feel present, leaving you exhausted by noon. Today, I'm giving you a protocol to reclaim your focus, stop the scroll, and finally feel like you're in the driver's seat of your life again. The average person spends over 4 hours a day on their smartphone. If you do the math, that's nearly 2 full months of every year spent looking at a glowing rectangle. But the real cost isn't just time, it's the quality of your attention. When your brain is constantly interrupted by pings and red dots, it loses the ability to go deep. It's like trying to read a book while someone is constantly tapping on your shoulder. You might be reading, but you aren't absorbing anything. This is why you feel busy but unaccomplished. In this video, we aren't going to talk about quitting technology. That's unrealistic. Instead, we're going to build a system where tech serves you, not the other way around. Let's start by understanding the ghost of distraction. Ever felt that phantom buzz in your pocket? Or that weird antsy feeling when you've been away from your phone for more than an hour? It's not just you. Your brain has been conditioned to crave the tiny dopamine hits that notifications and new content provide. Every like, every message, every endless scroll feeds this cycle. Your brain learns that the phone is a reliable source of instant, low-effort reward. So when you're bored, stressed, or even just waiting in line for coffee, your hand instinctively reaches for your device. It's an itch that only a screen can scratch. Recognizing this isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding the neurological loop that keeps you hooked. This itch is the ghost of distraction, and our first job is to stop letting it haunt us. So, how do we fight back? We start with a dopamine audit. This is where you become a detective of your own habits. Your mission is to identify your personal trigger apps. These are the apps you open without thinking, the ones that pull you into a vortex of scrolling, leaving you wondering where the last 30 minutes went. For many, it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. For others, it might be the news, email, or even a shopping app. The point isn't to label apps as good or bad. The point is to identify which ones are hijacking your attention the most. Here's your first action step. Grab your phone right now. Go into your settings and find your screen time report. Now, I want you to do something. Look at that number, the total hours you spent on your phone today or this week. And more importantly, look at the list of apps that took up the most time. Now, head down to the comments and tell me, what does your screen time report say? What's the number? No judgment here. This is a space for honesty. Seeing that number in black and white is the first crucial step toward taking back control. Let's see those numbers. Okay, now that you've identified your trigger apps, our next step is to create friction. We need to make it harder for your brain to get its instant fix. This is what I call the blank slate phone. You're going to Marie Kondo your home screen. The goal is to make it as boring and unstimulating as possible. Start by removing every single one of your trigger apps from the home screen. Don't delete them just yet, just move them. On an iPhone, you can banish them to the app library. On Android, you can hide them in the app drawer. Your home screen should be left with only boring, utility-based apps, things like your calendar, calculator, or maps. Apps that you open with a specific purpose and close as soon as you're done. The next thing you'll do is turn off almost all your notifications. Those little red badges. Turn them off. The banner pops off. The only notifications you should keep are from actual human beings who need to reach you, like text messages or phone calls. Everything else is just noise designed to pull you back in. By creating this blank slate, you break the mindless open and scroll habit. Now, to access a trigger app, you have to consciously swipe over and type its name into the search bar. This tiny moment of friction is often enough to make you pause and ask, do I really need to open this right now? You'll be shocked at how often the answer is no. Of course, willpower alone isn't always enough, especially when you're tired. That's why we need to set up physical boundaries. Your environment has a huge impact on your behavior. If a plate of cookies is on the counter, you're more likely to eat one. If your phone is on your nightstand, you're more likely to scroll before bed and first thing in the morning. This is why your bedroom absolutely must become an analog zone. This is a non-negotiable rule. Your phone does not sleep with you. It charges overnight in another room, the kitchen, the living room, anywhere but the bedroom. But I use my phone as my alarm clock. I hear you. The solution is simple and costs about $10. Buy a real alarm clock. This one small change will have a massive ripple effect on your life. You'll stop the late-night revenge scrolling that ruins your sleep. and prevent the morning anxiety spike that comes from waking up and immediately seeing a flood of emails, news alerts, and social media posts. Your first and last moments of the day will belong to you, not to the digital world. This sets the tone for a more focused, peaceful existence. Even with these systems in place, the urge to check your phone will still strike. It's a deeply ingrained habit. When that itch appears, I want you to try this simple pattern interrupt. It's a 5-second breathe through the urge technique. Let's try it together right now. The next time you feel that pull to mindlessly grab your phone, just stop. Take your hand, place it on your stomach, and take one slow, deep breath. In through your nose for a count of 4, and out through your mouth for a count of 5. Just one breath. In that tiny pause, you give your prefrontal cortex, the logical thinking part of your brain, a chance to catch up with the impulsive, dopamine-seeking part. That single breath creates a space between the urge and your action. You can then consciously decide what to do next, instead of operating on autopilot. Now let's talk about your evenings. Just as we created an analog morning, we need an analog evening. I call this the evening reset, using paper instead of glass. About an hour before you plan to go to sleep, put all your screens away. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs disrupts your melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing the quality of your rest. Instead of staring at a glowing screen, pick up something made of paper. This could be a novel, a non-fiction book, or a journal. If you're not a big reader, grab a pen and a notebook. Plan your next day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Doodle. The act of writing by hand is incredibly grounding and helps your brain transition into a restful state. Swapping that glass screen for a paper page is one of the most powerful things you can do for your sleep and your sanity. So, what does this all add up to? What is the path forward? At first, it might feel a little strange, even boring. You've removed the constant, low-grade stimulation your brain was used to. But stick with it, because what you're creating is space. Space for your mind to wander, to be creative, to solve problems. The long-term benefits are profound. Your ability to concentrate on a single task for an extended period, what we call deep work, will skyrocket. You'll find yourself more present in conversations with the people you love, actually hearing them instead of half listening while thinking about your phone. You'll start to enjoy simple moments again, like drinking your coffee without feeling the need to scroll. You'll finish the day feeling accomplished and peacefully tired, not wired and frazzled. This isn't about becoming anti-technology. It's about putting technology back in its rightful place as a tool that serves your goals, not a master that dictates your life. You're not just getting time back, you're getting your mind back. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be more present this year and continue this journey of reclaiming your focus, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.